Yeah, yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy who is Endo, and we back talking sports. So, um, we got Iceman. Shout out to the boy Apox Media. I seen a couple of his videos. Well, I seen this video and I seen another video. But we about to check out what he got to say because Iceman on the way. I'm normally don't do uh streams with music because it's too hard with the copywriting and everything. So I really just stayed away from that. But this is a special occasion, and this is his most anticipated album from my favorite artist, of course. So we're gonna be doing that one live. We definitely gonna either stream that one or we gonna do a whole video. You know what I'm saying, when it first comes out.
And we're going to try to cover them all and see what predictions we can make and also what questions we're really going to have to keep an eye out for. So, number one on that list, the bag that Drake has been carrying since Manchester, and we still don't know what's in it. The diamond ring from the Family Matters music video, right as the line says Kendrick beat on his queen, never explained. The Finsta account called Quilted Diamonds, one follower, 115 posts, sitting there and still waiting. The countless references to the phones possibly being tapped, hotmoms.com,
Yeah, he has put a lot of tea leaves out there and a lot of just images that means a lot of stuff. Shout out to What's the Dirt for making that video about the Jay-Z shit and everything. Um, he has made a whole lot of different, you know what I'm saying, a lot of different talking points with just pictures. You know what I'm saying? All of these pictures and with the zine coming out and all the different pictures and stuff in there. And what does all of this mean? So, like, this album is supposed to tell us what all of this means.
The Pinocchios, the guy at the top of the Suits Theater, and Plot Twist 2.0, the folder Drake teased months ago that still has not dropped through the 100 Gigs website. In this video, we're going to cover all of these, what we know, what's been teased, and some light predictions for episode 4 and the album itself. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a great primer and you'll see how it plays in just days before the Iceman release. And of course, if you're new here, it's always greatly appreciated to like
Iceman A15th. I do think that this is going to be his most serious album and the one he's put probably the most effort into because he's so calculated with this. And this is like unlike any rollout he has ever done before. So I do think that this is going to be something, you know what I'm saying? It has to be great. Like, it has to be nothing short than great.
the video, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way, and I hope to see you back here. Now, let's get into it. So, what's in the bag? As I like to refer to it, Chekhov's bag. And if you don't know, Chekhov's gun is a storytelling principle. If you introduce something in the second act, it has to pay off by the finale. Now, you can't introduce to the audience a loaded gun and then never fire it. Now, in episode 2, Drake gets handed the bag by Central C in Manchester, and from that point on, the bag goes everywhere with it. He takes it to Milan, he takes it to the woman's apartment, almost gives it to the Suits, takes it to the club with Yeet, then he takes it to the spot in the end where the Pinocchios corner him, and episode 3 ends in a cliffhanger. That bag has been in basically every scene since it was introduced. So what's in the bag? It has to pay off. I'll give my own speculation on it at the end of this video, so stick around. Next up, number 2, we have the diamond ring. Now, this one goes back a little further to the Family Matters music video. Drake's diss track aimed at Kendrick during the battle of 2020.
I don't think that's in there at all. I think it's something way bigger than that. I think y'all thinking too small. I think it's something way bigger than that, bro. I think it's holding multiple things. People's secrets that's done in the dark that's going to come to the light.
2024. At the end of the video, there's a shot that literally zooms in on the diamond ring hanging from Drake's neck. Now, that exact moment, that shot lands as the line, "They hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen," is said. So this one really seems way too deliberate to be a coincidence, and something I really do think we need the answers for. Now, could it be a ring that Whitney once had? Something that was tied to Kendrick's past?
No, that is not what this is. Y'all thinking way too small, bro. This don't really got anything to do with Kendrick, I believe. I believe Kendrick gonna get his shots on the album or whatever he gonna do, but I think this is way bigger than that. I think what's in the bag has something to do with the whole industry, multiple people. I don't think it's just one thing.
Past, we know Drake loves to buy up other rappers' belongings when they're up for auction. So this one is kind of hard to predict, but hopefully we get some closure on that in one way or another. Now, that could come in a multitude of ways. Again, there's many different reveal methods that, could end up coming into play. Now, number 3, we got the Quilted Diamonds Finsta account. So a Finsta, or fake Instagram, is his private secondary account. The main one of this was Plot Twist, of course, where lots of hints and thematic themes were set up. And this new one is called Quilted Diamonds. Now, the name itself could be a reference to the diamond ring that was hanging from his neck in the Family Matters music video. As of right now, the account has 1 follower, and it's Drake. It has 115 posts, and it's clearly sitting there with some content on it, but it's a private account and nobody knows what's in it.
That's what I also love about what Drake is doing with this, right? Nobody has ever done a rollout like this or ever done shit like this. Setting up Finstas to put, photos on there that you don't really know what they mean, but they mean something. And he's been doing this for the last 2 years. That's why I really believe this album is going to be really good, bro. I believe it's going to have his most substance that he's ever had in the album, bro. Because he has so many things to discuss, bro.
So, one thing that's interesting is the 115 could kind of tie into May 15. Maybe my speculation is it goes live when the album drops. Kind of has some things that will be directly tied into maybe certain parts of the album. Could be like receipts that Drake wants the world to see. There's a number of things, and it's hard to predict exactly, but I really do think we're going to get to see what's inside that account at some point in the next coming weeks. So then we have the bra in the Family Matters music video. Now, this one in the studio scenes at the end of the Family Matters music video, where the entire last verse is directed at Kendrick solely. Now, the bra that's hanging in the studio is really highlighted in the main part of the camera frame, and just after that, it cuts to the sign that says recording, which is lit up in red. This one seems to be directed at Kendrick as well, but will this tie into a reveal, like maybe something on Quilted Diamonds, or even in...
I keep seeing everybody referencing this, and don't overlook this. And I agree, you shouldn't overlook anything with Drake, because everything has a meaning. But I'm just not seeing where this is going to tie in with Iceman, this part.
In an episode 4 or some lyrics on the album could hint at the meaning behind this, but I think that is something worth keeping in mind as we approach the release date. Now we have the heavy theme of phones. Now, Drake has kind of been hinting at the idea of phones being tapped for a large portion of his career. It goes back to that line, "Must have never had your phones tapped, all that yapping on the phone shit." I think that's like a decade-old line now. This also connects to the Bell payphone outside his house, the Bell Instagram post that he made, I think, a few months back. Then there was the line on Heart Part 6, "Got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in." That seems very deliberate. Most Drake fans are aware that he's brutally honest in his raps, sometimes to his own detriment, where real people take issues with it, whether it's people from his past or celebrities. This has happened a numerous amount of times. Then there's the Which One Episode 2 post that he made recently, where the word clone is kind of highlighted right there in the center of the picture. Now, this could be a possible connection to phone cloning, which is another way of tracking people's phones.
This is very interesting as well. Because as you know, he said, like he just said, I got your fucking lines tapped. I swear that I'm dialed in. What if he knows somebody that knows Kendrick and shit like that, or industry people, and he has a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, shit that was done in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he got info on some shit we just don't know about, bro. Like Drake has something, bro. And the phones tap and the lines and shit like that, like I think it will come together once we listen to the album. Like when you say, you know what I'm saying, I got your phone, your lines tapped and everything. Like, does PG Lane have a leak? Like, does Kendrick have a real leak or whatever like that? And you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, does Drake got, you know what I'm saying, more information on him than we know?
Listening to people's calls and accessing other people's information. And of course, there's the heaviest reference of them all, which is the Nokia music video and song. Obviously, who's calling that shit? And then at the end of the video, there's the owls on the cell tower, which is very ominous. So there's many clear and deliberate indications that he might know some stuff. Will we get a reveal on that? I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping we get some more information regarding this heavy theme that we've seen for months now. So next up, we got hotmoms.com. Now, this one has been in place since I think approximately 2023. It's been on shirts, on his cars. He referenced it in the For All the Dogs intro. It's on site like .com. Put a baby in you, you're a hot mom. There's other rumors that have been circulating that that website that he has is going to turn into like a merch line of some kind, but I don't know how much concrete, base those rumors have. We'll have to see. Next up, we got the Pinocchios. Now, obviously, the Pinocchios are going to be in play in episode 4, but the question is, are we going to get these masked figures revealed? Now, there's been a lot of speculation. Could the Pinocchios represent Kendrick, Lucian, John Janik? There's a number of people, Kojo, that they could represent. Will we get a payoff moment where there's a direct connection and there's a reveal that happens that is unmistakable, identifying somebody as one of the Pinocchios? Or will they be left as a bit of a speculative thing and metaphorical for people to make their own connections? Again, we're going to have to wait and see on this one in episode 4, and I don't really have a concrete prediction for this one. This also leads us to the guy at the top of the...
I believe the Pinocchios are everybody who conjured this plan together. I agree with Apox that I believe that the Pinocchios are everybody that all 4 of the guys or the group of people that has something to do with executing this Drake elimination or Drake takedown and things of that sort. So I do think it's John Janik, Lucian Grange, Kendrick, and you know what I'm saying, other. I definitely believe that.
The theater with the suits. Now, in episode 3, there was a guy who kind of motioned at Drake when he walked into the theater room to go down to the lower level where he would have the meeting with the main suit, where he almost hands him the bag, but then he sees Pinocchio in the background, and Drake takes the bag and leaves. Is there going to be a reveal on who that guy was, or was it an insider giving him information? There was a very deliberate moment where we see Drake look up at the guy, and then he motions at him, and then Drake goes down to the lower level. So this is just something to keep in mind, probably a lesser significant one, but definitely something you want to keep your eye out for in episode 4. And then last up, we have the idea of there being a guest in episode 4. We had guests in episode 2 and 3. We had Central C in episode 2. Obviously, he gave Drake the bag. We had Yeet in episode 3, as well as KD. And Yeet was one of the few people who had direct dialogue.
Please do not have him on this album. I'm praying for you. Do not have him on this album, bro. I'm sorry. Like, no disrespect to Yeet, but I'm not trying to hear that on this album, bro. Like,
in the episodes, which was very interesting. So Yeet had his music featured along with the song Doghouse, which was premiered and hit.
That wasn't it, Drake. That Doghouse shit, that wasn't it. Leave that shit. I hope none of them songs on this album. We want all brand new shit, bro. We want all brand new shit. I don't care how many times you diss these niggas or nothing. We need answers to what's been going on the last 2 years, how you feel, what information do you know, who lines you have tapped, who are the Pinocchios, what is this zine about, you know what I'm saying? He had Dr. Dre and Lucien slapping hands in there, so you know he has something for them. You know he got something for UMG in the industry. So we just definitely, I'm glad he put these episodes out, and shout out to all the content creators who are breaking this down and everything, bro.
Hit streaming after the episode. Central C also had his music featured with his own song that was featured in episode 2 that would later be on his project, All Roads Lead Home. So there is a pattern of Drake showcasing other talent in the episodes. Up to episode 4, it begs the question, are we going to see another rapper feature or another artist featured in the episode in the live stream itself? Obviously, people would guess, 21 Savage is a pretty, logical connection there for him to be in the episode, or we could see a Toronto artist, someone like Pressa or Smiley perhaps. There's an obvious subplot here, other characters who Drake has relied on. I think it's definitely going to happen, and my personal prediction is Sexy Red, because not only has she remained loyal to Drake throughout the entire beef, one of his first features after the beef was with her over the BBL Drizzy beat on her album.
He carried her on that track. She was just so terrible on that, bro.
And the main reason, though, why I think she will be in episode 4 is because she's going to be performing the following night, May 15th, in Toronto. So it would make the most sense for her to be in the episode. So when you have all those in mind, you got to think that,
yeah, she probably gonna be in the episode, or if she not in the episode, he probably gonna play some snippets of a song with her in it.
There is going to be a payoff that we are going to get from either some of these subplots and themes or all. Now, the Iceman rollout has been cross-media by design: music, video, social media, live streams, real-world physical activations, and fan interactions, all working together as one story. It started with a cryptic plot twist finsta where fans were puzzled by what was being posted, and the legend Faizan on Twitter made the first connection, the blue, green, red, and Iceman being the album name. Now, that spread into organic word of mouth throughout Twitter all the way back in August 2024.
Yep.
And these themes and theories have continued from...
This shit has been happening for 2 years, bro. He's literally been teasing, you know what I'm saying, this album, and we didn't even know it from the plot twist since 100 gigs, and we just didn't even know it. We didn't see it, and now he's like, we've been knowing that it was an album coming, and Iceman is the album and everything for like the last year. You know what I'm saying? After What Did I Miss, and after the episode 3, he went Ghost, which I think was the best thing Drake has ever done, bro. Like, I think this is the best thing he definitely has done since the battle has ended. Because now you got people over here basically, man, they crying, please Drake, man, I can't wait. I'm excited for Iceman. I'm excited. I'm blah, blah, blah this. The same people that say he was a sickness to the game. The same people said that he was finished. Drake is done. This is the dot era now. All these people. Look at him. Looking stupid.
From then until now. And then came Some Sexy Songs for You, which was a token that Drake gave to the fans of appreciation. He even says it on Give Me a Hug. He says, appreciate the fans rocking with me. This is really just a small token. And then there was cryptic thematic hints throughout about the position he was in. Even in the lyrics for CN Tower, he starts off the song by saying, ride with me. It's almost like a direct message to the fans to stay true. And then throughout, he says, thought you caught me slipping, had me dead to rights. Nothing ever happened, they fed you lies. A lot of these things can be directly tied into the position he was in at that time. And now with the CN Tower location filming that we've already seen, it seems this could be coming full circle. And then at the end of the album on Greedy, Drake's last lyrics on the album are, this is not conventional, this is not traditional, this is unprofessional, but these are my confessions though, and I'll let you know how I'm feeling, for real. So it's very interesting when you take that into account as well.
Nah, I think y'all reading too much into the wrong lyrics.
Given the explosive nature of what could possibly happen on Iceman. And even in between the Some Sexy Songs feud drop and the live streams happening, we had Tu Maza, where Drake repeats in the beginning of the song, don't say a word, brother, don't say a word.
Don't say a word, brother.
Absolutely no context in the song. But then when you think about the overlying themes of the rollout and what's been happening since, maybe he was hinting at the strategy he had with his close affiliates to not speak on anything until Iceman comes out. The ice structures in Toronto, the massive ice block installation. I was actually there. It was a beautiful, epic moment for the city. Drake created a physical space with that where fans could really see each other in person, IRL, right there, looking at each other.
And you got people talking about, oh yeah, he paid them. Why do y'all always think Drake gotta pay somebody to promote him or do something for him? His fan base fuck with him that heavy, bro. Y'all don't understand that because y'all think somebody always wants something. These people been riding with him since he came out, bro. I'm one of them. Been a Drake fan since 2008, bro. It's 2026, bro. I've been a Drake fan for 18 years, bro. Been listening to his music, been fucking with him. When the ghostwriting shit came out, I was a little leery until I went to go listen to Quentin Miller and knew that he didn't write all the Drake shit. Until I realized that y'all niggas don't call out Jay-Z for the shit that he do. Y'all try to make excuses for Pusha T. So yeah, miss me with that. But it's just what it is, man.
Not online, talking to each other over Twitter. The eyes were on Toronto from around the world. Then every brand kind of hopped on this viral marketing strategy. It was a real organic moment that included people going out into the real world and being around each other. Not just talking online, where you don't even...
Twitter is not real life. You Twitter pundits go in real life and think that that is how people really feel outside. Until you go outside.
Know if anybody's actually real. So Drake has always expressed his distaste for conventional rollouts, and I think we're seeing it very clearly. A rollout this deliberate doesn't plant Chekhov's bag, Finsta accounts, and mass characters with no reveal coming around the corner. So I think some of these things are going to have a very interesting payoff in episode 4. I hope that this list gave you guys a good primer going into it, because I think there's a lot that we should keep in mind when we're watching it, and then after when the album comes out, to see where these themes really fit in. One last thing worth flagging was the Iceman 2.0 folder that was teased on the Plot Twist account. It had a bunch of folders in it, and we still haven't seen that. So there's a possibility of another 2.0 100 gigs drop. And that specific folder was labeled Iceman and 2.0. Definitely worth keeping that in mind. There could be more coming to the Plot Twist account. There could be more coming to 100 gigs. So even beyond Iceman episode 4 and the album.
That's very interesting. Very interesting. And for them to say that Drake is just so shallow, he don't have no... Like, this is like one of the greatest rollouts of all time, bro. He got people that don't even fuck with him thinking like, damn, when is Iceman dropping? What does this mean? What does that mean? Man, what does all this shit mean? Inquisitive. People are curious. They want to know what's going on. They want to know what this magazine, what this zine is. What is all these pictures in there? What do they mean? Drake is brilliant. Brilliant, bro, for this.
plot twist page itself has another layer that could be unfolding, and fans were puzzled by these posts back in August. But once we have the full picture, the album and the final episode, I feel like, going back and looking through the plot twist account, we might be able to make connections to a lot of those cryptic posts that seemingly had no meaning, and a lot of them might make sense in hindsight. Now, I'd be willing to bet that there's probably going to be some stuff in there that we're going to see like, oh wow, how did nobody realize this after episode 4 and after the album drops. So my own personal predictions for episode 4, I do bet that it's going to be in Toronto and that there will be something downtown Toronto that the fans will be able to go and experience in the real world, sort of like a full circle moment back to episode 1 when he was in Young and Dundas, going through the big square there with himself broadcasted on the big screen. My own predictions, I think maybe the CN Tower, but I honestly have no idea. I just think it would follow the theme of the real world interactions, and everything coming full circle would just make a lot of sense. So I also think that episode,
I agree. I believe that it will be in Toronto. I think that I think most of the music videos gonna be in Toronto. I think this album is gonna be more closer to views than any other album. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Iceman episode 4. These is the questions that Drake needs to answer. Shout out to Apex Media. Doing this thing, man. Go subscribe to the boy. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. This been Who is Hendo, and I'm out, man. Peace.